You are welcome to yet another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show, where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name, Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. Dream Hampton's involvement in the R. Kelly takedown when she produced the surviving R. Kelly docuseries did bother us a great deal for several reasons. Because the show was highly prejudicial and single-sided, tarnishing R. Kelly with no regard of the possibility that he could be innocent before he is proven guilty, it became an inappropriate timing to be releasing such a documentary just a few months before the indictment, considering this would likely cause the selected jury to become prejudicial with the matter, and the public opinion about R. Kelly to be misguided. Media productions of the sort are usually created to achieve this kind of single-sided goal, and will always affect a case negatively for a defendant. While we were grilling Dream Hampton for this inappropriate move against R. Kelly, and Sony Records for being behind all this negativity, considering it's their usual goal to destroy every artist that has a great catalog, little did we know that the district attorney's office was equally involved in this prejudicial approach, and that Kim Foxx had also endeavored to participate in such prejudicial talks to the media against Robert. Controversial as Kim Foxx has been ever since she joined the leadership in Cook County as an assistant in the office of the district attorney, where she has repeatedly received criticism for her failure to focus on combating gun crime to solve murders that have taken over the state of Chicago, it becomes yet another bad record to learn that she could go to a public media talk show, and discuss a case that had not even been indicted yet, and speaking as if R. Kelly was already determined guilty before trial. In January 2019, Kim Foxx appeared on the Windy City Live show and gave them an interview discussing R. Kelly and the alleged abuse. Her views on this topic in a way showed her mind was already bent towards the idea that R. Kelly was guilty of the allegations against him. This interview took place a day after the same Kim Foxx had featured at a press conference, literally calling out for any woman that wanted a piece of the action against the R&B King to come forward and make allegations. Fake or not fake, everyone that wished to play the role of government witness was welcome. By doing this, she literally declared a mob justice against R. Kelly, which was technically achieved. With completely no regret of what she had just done, the next day she took to the Windy City Live show and did her part of the beating when he declared R. Kelly the guilty one by her choice of words. When asked what happens when this crowd of women calls in, Kim Foxx answered saying someone calls and tells us whether something has happened to them. Of course, every ex-girlfriend to someone has something that happened to them before the relationship ended, and they will definitely be unhappy about it. Likewise, R. Kelly too definitely has some things that happened to him orchestrated by these women. So by answering the question like that, Kim Foxx technically said nothing important here. When asked whether she had watched the surviving R. Kelly series herself, she went on to tell the listeners how she had been in the habit of watching similar documentaries about R. Kelly in the past, and how the surviving R. Kelly version was just another one she had been feasting on. At this point she confessed how the allegations were not new, and this explained why she was acting prejudicial and attempting to try R. Kelly for the second time on the very same charges. And then she kept referring to the documentary, suggesting the information it provided her office was not sufficient to determine where the statute of limitations may apply, giving proof that her office was operating basing on the content in the documentary as the basis for R. Kelly's indictment that followed. This is something we have been discussing a lot on this channel with no clear evidence to prove it. Well, here is the evidence to prove our claims that the R. Kelly indictment was all based on a TV series. And this serves to show how shallow our government can be sometimes. There is no way a case developed from a TV show that is meant to entertain and commercially generate revenue on streaming platforms should have ever reached indictment and trial, especially when the state took no effort in stopping the publishing of this prejudicial content, and instead went as far as charging and sentencing a one Donald Russell who did what the government have done, trying to stop its premiering in a Chicago theater. If he really did this, he was technically helping the government, who should have taken the onus to stop this bad publicity, in order to ensure that a proper investigation was carried out prior to the indictment, that is free of influences from such a biased media production. And then Kim Foxx is confronted with her own claims of being a survivor too, a line she used to win public sympathy when she was running for office. She jumps into a conversation that portrays R. Kelly as guilty even before the indictment. According to Kim Foxx, because she was a survivor herself, She feels an obligation to take down any man that gives her an opportunity against him, regardless of whether they could be innocent or not. This makes her the wrong person to work on such a case. And when she talks about doing this right, she has a bent face, which in psychology is an indicator she had no conviction to actually do things the right way. All Kim Foxx did was put R. Kelly in the spotlight as a guilty party, and even tarnished his name further during this prejudicial conversation. When a reporter talks about the fact that R. Kelly has already had his day in court and was acquitted for all these same charges, Kim Foxx begins to fidget with her words, considering she was again forced to refer to the docuseries, suggesting the disheartening part of this TV show was the claims that came up after 2008. And by that, she disqualifies the case again, considering she confesses her case is derived from a docuseries that has recently been proven to have published wrong information. Remember, it is this same documentary that sneaked in false witness Lisa Van Allen, who was proved to be lying on R. Kelly and to the courts under oath not once but twice. And this is why the entire indictment cannot be trusted. Why would the court sustain an indictment based on a falsehood such as the infamous TV show? If they must sustain the indictment, they ought to prove that the series was not the hoax it later turned out to be. The fact that Dream published lies indicates that Donald Russell has been charged for nothing. While we thought that it was Dream Hampton behind this TV production, of course working for Sony Records, who are the mastermind of all this drama, this repetitive reference to the same TV show by Kim Foxx is proof that the district attorney's office had a hand in this production. She refers to it way too many times and suggests it was the reason for the press conference and subsequent indictment against R. Kelly. The appeal court needs to realize that this TV series and R. Kelly indictment was all an illegal plot by the government to take down the R&B king. And that they are more than ready to step on anyone that comes in their way to stop their illegal activities, like they did with Donnell Russell, who attempted to do what the government should have done to allow for a proper investigation. There cannot be a proper investigation when the district attorney herself is as involved in the production and promotion of this docuseries as proved by Kim Foxx. If you wish to take part in a live interview on this channel discussing any of these topics, let us know by emailing us on sashahnnewsroom@gmail.com for scheduling. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say? To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.